So tell us about Madrona Ventures and what factors do you look for when you're investing in an early stage startup?
Got it. The first thing I would say is the reason why I got excited about the developer audience at Microsoft and why I continue remaining excited about the developer audience is, you know, all kind of people create software and all kind of people consume software. Okay. The power as far as like software development goes is more and more in the hands of the developer. Okay. They get to decide what they're going to use, what they're going to build, and how they're going to shape the world. And everybody else is sort of, in support of the developers. Okay. So if we have a technology or a tool or a platform or a company that is sort of targeting the developer audience or their customer base, I feel like, that's the center of the universe. Okay. And that's why I was excited to sort of when I was running developer division at Microsoft, and why I'm continuing to be excited about investing in a class of companies that are more focused on the developer audience. Now, to be fair, the world is larger than any one audience. So I've got investments that focus on infrastructure, that focus on SaaS and everything in between, including AI and ML and intelligent applications. But my love for the developer audience continues to be there because I feel like hey, that's the most important audience. And the other good news is that audience is only expanding in scale. Right, you now have all kinds of low-code development. In fact, like the person who's putting a prompt in front of ChatGPT, would you call them a developer or not? The lines are blurring in terms of what it means to be able to use the power of technology and the power of software to solve a problem that you need solved, right? And more people are able to do it by themselves as opposed to waiting for somebody who's graduating from MIT to be able to spend 6 months and write something for them, right? So to me, that world is expanding, and they are the ones who are sort of using technology in fundamentally different ways that are going to solve the world's most important problems. And so I'm excited to sort of play in that space. Having said that, at Madrona right now, to give you a brief background on Madrona, we've been around for about 28 years now. Okay. It so happened, and I would say, some of it is providence and some of it is luck and some of it is the people being at the right time at the right place. One of our very, very first investments was in a company that wanted to sell books on the internet. Okay. So, and at that time, none of us knew that Amazon was going to turn to be the juggernaut that it is today. But one of the founders of Madrona ended up investing in Amazon, and there was no better way for us to get started in the venture capital business than being part of a company like that. Okay. But having said that, there is 28 years ago, we moved forward a lot. Today, I would say we invest in what we call early stage technology companies and early growth or mid-stage technology companies. So seed and Series A, we invest out of one fund, and then B and C stage companies out of another fund. So we have two different funds that we deploy out of. Okay, and we have a core set of investment thesis, right? Whether it is the cloud infrastructure, whether it is AI and ML and the next generation of intelligent applications and generative AI, or whether it is SaaS. We have a sort of a variety of investment themes that we focus on, and we want to go find the best entrepreneurs and the best companies to be a part of the journey and be there for the long term. Because we invest in very early stage companies, you asked me this question hey, what do you guys look for when you make an investment? Okay, I would say for me, it starts with the team. And the team could mean usually like one founder or two founders or a couple people and maybe a slide deck in the best case, right? Because that's all you have when you are in the very early days of a company, right? So for us, the team is really, really, really an important part of our decision making. Then the second thing that we look at is hey, what is the problem that this team is looking to solve? Okay, is this first of all an important problem that the world is waiting on a solution for? And is the solution that these guys are thinking about building going to be at least 10x better than anything else that is out there? Okay. Then the third thing is hey, is the opportunity space, large enough for us to build a meaningfully large company? And is this the team that we think is going to take us home on that? There is always the other question that we think about in this context is why now? Why wasn't it solved 5 years ago? And why do we think it's not too early? And I'll give you an example, right? If you think about augmented reality and virtual reality, we took a bet on that being a big platform shift about 6-7 years ago, as much as the rest of the world. And it took us about 2 years to realize that hey, this one might be a little too early for us to get the commercial kind of success that we want. Okay. So we were in that particular case a little too early to the market. We still believe that that's going to be a fundamental platform shift that the world is going to see. Is it going to be in 2023, 2025, 2027? I have no idea, but it definitely wasn't in 2016 or 2017, right? So sometimes we could be wrong, okay? But we need to have a ability to say, hey, we can look around the corner and know that this is where a lot of disruptive innovation is going to happen. This is why this is the right time for that, and this is the right team for that particular problem. And if the answer to all those things is like, yes, then we absolutely say we want to be a part of it and we invest in that.